What's up, guys? So hold on a second. What's up, Victor? Does TradingView do copy trading? I was thinking about doing that on, I feel like the connection might be bad right now. What is happening here? It says we got four. Oh, it's that delayed? Oh, man. All right, 3 minutes delay. Am I able to, hold on. Alright, we're gonna get started in a second, guys. Just give me 1 second here. Where is it? Alrighty, what is up, guys? Welcome back. Hope you enjoy the live stream. Thanks for being here. Hopefully the connection's okay. Excuse me. So yeah. Other countries' markets seeing all-time highs. We could look at the Nifty 50, Chinese emerging stuff, absolutely. But let's just get into analysis first. So the first thing we're looking at here, I believe on regular candles, we do have the pretty big, rare bearish sign on the 2-day. Now, I'd say in any other circumstance, aside from us going into some crazy bull run, all of a sudden, which I kind of don't think is going to happen. It wouldn't really make sense for that to happen. Maybe it can. Who knows? Stranger things have happened. I don't think it's going to happen. You would probably have a pretty significant pullback here, and we just back test this a little bit. Just back test this a little bit here. Bearish div. That was a pretty significant pullback here. I mean, we did come up to make new all-time highs after that, but yeah, and then. Same thing right there, that money flow coming out. That was a pretty significant pullback. And then when you had the V up coming down with money flow coming out there, pretty significant pullback as well. So it would be interesting, if you do get a 40% drop down, which could be absolutely be in the cards. Now, I think in the next month we could see at least probably a 20% correction by the end of March. That's kind of my main guess right now. 20% correction by the end of March. Could be worse, but I think March and April are going to be red months. I think we're going to come down quite a bit here. Now, the main case to be made that we come up higher is, based on that bearish div, is you did have some bearish divs here, and we did come up higher. And, the only time the bearish divs really don't work out too well is when you're in that crazy bull run. So, but you still had a 30% drop down there. I mean, this would have not been an awful place to get out. 57, not a bad place to get out over there. So, it does give us what we're looking for a lot of the time. Bearish div right there, down, and then bearish div right there. That came down a decent amount. If it's like this, if it's like 2019, then we get a correction here. I'd be curious where we would end up. That's a 15% downer, and then we'd come a bit higher. 15% down would be 21, and then we would come up to these kind of areas right here, 28, and that would be March into April. That would be pretty wild. I kind of don't think that's going to happen, but that'd be one possibility. So yeah. And if we look at, a few of the high time frames here, which, the weekly, if we get all these bright on the EMAs here, these turn all bright, that I would turn a bit more bullish. I think we were entering accumulation phase. I would think the bottom is probably in right here, and probably will retest lower areas, maybe 17 again. But we're entering that accumulation phase. Great place to DCA in for the next 8 months. But what I think is most likely going to happen that we ought to wait for, and if the last scenario that I just told you plays out, then this probably would not come back into the red. I don't think. No, it probably would a little bit. It probably would a little bit for still a good buying opportunity, but it wouldn't be as long as what would happen if we have the real kind of bearish scenario play out here. The real bearish scenario play out. What's up, Jeff Blazos? Blazos. That coming down with the money flow coming down. It's not that bad yet, but this has potential to be a lot worse here because, once you get down to like 8, 7, money flow coming out as well, that's where things get kind of ugly there. And then we're kind of due for, I would say, the first time ever for the 3-week, for the monthly even, to probably come into the red, which is probably going to happen at some point this year into next year. So I think when that does happen, that's going to be a really good buying opportunity. So ultimately, I still think you have time. The thing could change if we come up to 28K, if we blast through this, these to all turn bright, and then the strategy would be more like DCA in for like the next 8 months for a really good long-term opportunity. And then you could get your for Bitcoin your 100% gain, not 600, just kidding. This time obviously diminished returns. We'll see what happens. What's up, Tim Collar? Appreciate you. And in terms of what we're looking at right now, I would say, like I've been talking about, still could be, I think it's getting less and less, but there still could be the possibility to pump up one last time to the high 25s. There's a lot of liquidations there. So that's what I'd be looking at for the bullish case. And what would kind of strengthen that? Not too many. What would strengthen that bullish case right now? Man, not too much. It looks pretty bearish overall. I don't know if I would, not too much for the bullish case. I would give it 70% at least that we've probably hit the local top here and are headed down. Money flow coming out there. Maybe the bullish case would be these VWAPs like on this 16-hour coming back up, but that's a stretch. Money flow coming out here. I think ultimately, money flow coming out, I think ultimately you're probably going to head down. And I think that, even if we look at this crossover, this general trajectory here, I think it's going to be worse than this overall, but that's an 8%er. And it's all the way back down to 22 right there. So yeah, what's up, Rob, Jim? What's up, guys? Appreciate if you get the like button. Check out the link to BITGET. Really good promo right there. The USDC crap, USDC stuff. So check that out. Oh, let me show you the trades. Forgot to show you. Where are they? Oh, okay. Give me 1 second. How do I want to take this out and then put this up here and put this over. Okay. So here's the BITGET trade that we've been in a while. The exchange is just paying me to take this. Made $34 just keeping this in for like the last week, and I think it's going to do well. I mean, I don't think we're going to make it to that liquidation price. If we do, I'm willing to take that risk. It's all about risk management. Also, opened another small one on BitGet to kind of go in a little bit more, add another $2,000 worth of shorts. Now we're back up to our original, about $20,000 worth of shorts is where I'm pretty happy with right now. It's a full Bitcoin short right now. So yeah, that's what I'm looking at right here. And yeah, BitGet's really good for simulated trading. They give you like free money to play around with if you don't know what you're doing. I'd recommend you start out with that if you're not experienced. If you're just getting into it, use my link down below. And yeah, I mean, this looks pretty textbook that we're just gonna, especially with the three hour right here, how this looks. I mean, it looks pretty textbook that we're gonna continue downward. And this would be, like 5 more days. And let's just see this trajectory in terms of money flow if you were to, yeah. I mean, it would be a percentage such as, 7% or something over the next few days, maybe even more. But 7-8%, right down to there, 22. I think, inevitably you're going to hit this point pretty soon. Anything could happen though. Long game probability. And I think the other thing too that we're gonna see is it didn't work out too well here with these EMAs. They were still bright a little bit, but I think once these EMAs, especially on the 12-hour, the 16-hour, maybe even the 10-hour here, yeah, every time frame, but yeah, these middle time frames. Once these EMAs get into the gray, I think it's gonna be less forgiving than here, and I think it's ultimately gonna bring us down. Because why? Because the 200 weekly moving average is such a big place. So yeah. Appreciate you, Jonathan Hopkins. Appreciate you. Hey guys, smash the like button. Always appreciate that. And check out the links to the exchanges down below. I'm going to be adding a lesson on high volume in my course. So I hope you guys will enjoy that. And add a few more things to the course. So yeah, had a lot on my plate lately. Now we're just getting back into things and moving into a new place. There's a lot of work. I got a green screen coming. I got some soundproof tiles coming, so it's not going to be as echoey. I think I got something else coming. It's tax season. I was watching King of the Hill the other day, and it was like Bobby, the guy's the main character's son, Hank Hill's son, in the show. The character Bobby wants to go do something with his father. I forget what it was. Going on a trip to save your grandmother or something. And Hank Hill says to his son, Bobby, you can't come. It's garbage day tomorrow. It's garbage day. That's why you can't come. It's garbage. You got to put the trash out. Genius. That show's pretty funny. The new cartoons are just probably not as good, but yeah. Yeah, 6 hour right there. I think that'll generally bring it down. I'm not going to tell you exactly where I am in Florida, but you might be able to figure out the city if you go on some of my other social media accounts, especially Twitter. But yeah. And let's look at the open for the SPY. I wanted to, okay. Let's put this away. CNBC is a good ticker to see how the traditional markets are doing. So Wells Fargo layoffs up 150 points, 0.5%. Rolls Royce. I didn't even know Rolls Royce was public. But yeah, I mean, ultimately, let's just see, So, general pattern, I think you guys have heard me talk about this. Split RSI is coming down. I think that's going to bring us down to probably a trajectory like that. And money flow coming out in a lot of these time frames, I think, is generally going to bring us down. So, yeah. And, did open slightly positive. Probably want to wait for bearish div or something. We're losing some momentum. Yeah, bounce off of 400 right there. Split RSIs. I think ultimately the next red dot here is probably going to bring us around. So you come up a little bit higher, maybe 406 potentially. I don't know. What's up, Ali Famad? Appreciate you. You've been a long time follower. Yeah. People have been talking about the VIX. Ooh, we're pulling down. Look at it, $5 in profit, guys. $5 in profit on AX leverage. I could buy let's see. I could buy 1/3 of a bacon, egg, and cheese with that where I live. But yeah. Let's look at ETH. So, yeah, same thing here too. I forget how the EMAs on the 3-week were looking for Bitcoin. But, oh yeah, been in the gray. I think they're going to come into the full out in the gray for the first time probably on ETH, and I think it's going to happen relatively soon, you know, within the next 3 months, maybe sooner. I mean, you do already have on Hikens on ETH the big big bearish div here. I mean, this is big grizzly bear material right there, and yeah, and you know, right there we have that one, and down. And then obviously these ones in the crazy bull run didn't work too well. Well, there's a few. I mean, they give you a little something, something. That one did, yeah, February 21. I mean, I'm sure that was like the first place some people got out. And you would be at the same price you're at now. So, well, yeah. But I mean, good to took a long nap and then got back in, you know, when we were back down here or whatever. But, yeah. Excuse me. But no, I do think that that was a big bearish div. Look at that one. Yeah, that was with that money flow coming. Oof, that, yeah, that brought you down a lot. Yeah, so this has potential, guys. This has potential to bring you down quite a bit. I mean, this one was not a bearish div because it's fallen up. This is a bearish div, and this, I think ultimately 30% is where you may see this in the next 2 months. Bitcoin's down 20%. This could be down 30%. That's what I think. That's what I ultimately think with this. Other thing too, for kind of the first time ever, I think it was on the, yeah, I mean, split RSIs. You do have the green dot that came back. This confirms in 1 day. I wouldn't give the green dot much credence, but first time ever you're seeing really split RSIs other than the pandemic or other than kind of here. So this would be, I think on that 5 day, yeah. For Bitcoin, it was kind of the first. It was, it might have been a little different, but here you keep coming up. So you need 3 of these. So maybe it's like this. You know, maybe it's like 2019. I kind of don't think so, but maybe we come up another 129%. No, probably not. Unlikely. Same deal as kind of Bitcoin. If this weekly, if these all get bright, then there's more of a case to be made that we bottomed. But I would give the most credence to the 2 day right now. Split RSI is coming up on the 7 day. This was, oh, that was a good indication that we ended that little rally. And then, yeah. That was a good place to get in, that money flow right there. Even there, yeah, that was a pretty good place as well. And that was probably still 50% drop, 30%, yeah. But still, I mean, wait for that money flow on that 7 day. Right there, right now. So if it's like this in terms of money flow, you're gonna come back down. This was 67. Yeah, this pocket. I feel like the bottom's gonna be at one of these spiral lines down here. I don't know. $590, anybody? $590? So I'm kind of thinking. And then in terms of like some middle time frames on this money flow coming out, the main bullish case is probably this VWAP coming up on the 12-hour. That would be maybe one last jump up, get everybody out who's shorting. Absolutely could happen, but I mean, even if you do come up to these levels, I don't think Bitcoin's going to have like 28, you know, K or whatever. Blood diamond on the hourly, obviously not real strong, but I don't know. I kind of feel like we're gonna come down. Let's see. So I think I'm gonna fly on the daily to get the bearish div. Let's look at that. Are you talking about ETH or Steven? Are you talking about ETH or Bitcoin or both? Or well, let's look at Bitcoin for that. So the main argument, okay, ETH. Okay, so the main argument here would be, yeah, coming out. I mean, let's just look at the moving averages for ETH because they're not as big as the ones. So we're above the 200 weekly on ETH, which is a pretty decent sign. So ETH would be stronger in that respect. And then if you do compare it, yeah, I see where you're coming from. I think there's a decent argument to be made there in terms of that money flow too. And then the daily money flow, let's compare that to 2019 here. Right there, right? Yeah. And, well, you were almost at the top at that point. And then you had that bearish dip, you came down, then you had one more leg up. Maybe, maybe. But how much, the thing too is like, that's another 48%. ETH was more volatile back then. But I see where you're coming from, yeah. Yeah, there's an argument to make. I kind of think it's going to be different this time. I'm curious, though, with the 2-day back there. The 2-day, yeah, the 2-day did give you, so we would be at kind of this point. Was that a bearish div, though? Not, yeah, just about, yeah. Money flow is not coming out yet. Money flow is coming out here. That's the difference. Up here, money flow is coming out with that bearish div. That was your top, so. Yeah, I see where you're coming from. I kind of don't think it's going to happen, but maybe you could be right. But yeah, that was a good catch. Shorting OP, I'd have to take a look at that. Yeah, I appreciate the likes, guys. And go Canes, yeah. Yeah. Go Canes. They have not been good. They got a new coach. So it's Oregon's coach now. But yeah, that football team has not been good for a while. They were good like my sophomore, no, was it junior year, I think? Yeah, junior year of college. That was not with Brad Kaya, that was with, who was it, Malik Rosier, I think? Yeah. This 3-day is confirmed. I think once this gives you, I'm just curious comparing this to 2019 to that rally here. Yeah, once you had the frickin', because that's going to be a bearish div here. Ooh. And that was a big trajectory downward. That was a, let's just see how long this, the June to, so 6 months of pain essentially. 6 months of pain. Yeah, if we were to come, yeah, that could absolutely happen, guys. And everybody's gonna be like, oh, Evan, you were right. Oh, we knew it all along. Oh, you went to the U? Nice. They were probably good. Those years, they were probably good, the football team. I know back then they probably didn't even have that big glass building in the middle of the Shalala Center. What did you think of it? Did you enjoy it? Were you, I didn't party that much when I was there. I wasn't in a fraternity or anything. Were you like one of the cool kids? I was not one of the cool kids, man. Like, if I didn't do it again, I don't even know if I would have went to college. I definitely would have traveled more when I was in college, but yeah. I wonder what, it was probably a little bit different back then too, but yeah. Nice, what's up DCF? Pump OP, oh, okay, let's look at OP. I forget what that even is. I've looked at this before. I've encountered this monster before. Yeah, I don't even, I don't know if I want to short this, man. The only thing that looks bearish is like the 15, some of these, but yeah. I don't know, I feel like there's better things to short right now. Weekly, red dot, maybe wait 3 days. Where could you re-enter your short? That's a good question. So, I mean, for a swing with the 3 hour confirmed to red, potentially now, not financial advice. Don't take my advice, you will lose. There's people that tell me that they counter trade. But people tell everybody they counter trade, and maybe they try to counter trade, but I think it's more they're just trying to make you feel bad. It's just kind of a form of bullying. But yeah. What did you study, Stephen, at UM? I was in their broadcast program. So yeah, finish my coffee. So that was OP. How about we look at Cardano? Big bearish div on the 3-day. This could be a good short. 8 hours. Oh yeah, yeah. This could be a nice short. Should just set a timer for 8 hours rather than finance and econ. Nice. Man, those were probably people were calling the taxis to go to. Was Coconut Grove big on the Thursday nights back then? That was pre-Uber. Yeah, way before Uber. Yeah. Was Club 11 around back then? I wonder. Optimism, Coinbase is building an ETH layer 2. Yeah, DCF. I'd probably wait till that weekly confirms the red dot. That would be probably a good short signal, sell the news. Right now, I probably wouldn't short that. Wednesdays it was Coconut. It was Thursdays when I was there. It's probably Fridays now, but yeah. Did you live in the freshman dorms? Do you live in Hecht or Stanford? I was in Hecht. They tore those down. I don't know if you know. I think they tore them all down now. They built like new stuff. It's probably so much different than it was when Hecht. I was in Hecht McDonald 12. The top floor. There's another, I'm not gonna say who it is. You guys could probably, it would be hard to guess who it is, but there's another YouTuber who's my age who was on at the same floor as me freshman year. He bigger than me, not really big though, but yeah. He's more of a meme stock guy, more of a stock traditional market guy. He does crypto too a little bit. The splitter, yeah, I mean Cardano I think is I know I've been saying it a while, but I think this is gonna head down. This could be a really good short right here. I would wait the 8 hours, wait till this confirms in case we get some crazy thing happen today. But ultimately, I think we're finally here. And AVAX 2. Coming out here, that three hour would probably be a good short. I kind of want to short this because some of these have potential. I'm going a different. I mean, this has potential to really freaking come down to. I know people aren't going to want to hear this, but this has potential to come down to like $3 or something. Hopefully not that low, but bubble pop pattern, head and shoulders. There's a lot of shit going on here. A lot of bad shit going on here. The 4-day does look not bad. I mean, that's the main bullish case, but if you confirm that bearish div, they're split RSIs, yeah. Let's see. The 8.21. Oh, the 8 weekly? Steve, I like, guys, like if you disagree with me, say why, and then we could talk about it and learn something. Right? A lot of people just say, no, it's going up, you know what I mean? Say why you think something is going to happen. So let's see, 8, 21, and 55 are the weekly moving averages. 8, 21, and 55. And the daily and 3-day. Okay, I don't know. Are those even common ones to look at? Yeah, it's possible. I mean, I've talked about it. Where do you think we're gonna end up, Steve? Do you think 30K? Do you think we're going into, I'm always curious your guys' opinions. Yeah, guys, don't be shy. Like, I'm curious, where you think it's gonna go, why you think it's gonna go. I mean, some people in the chat have really gotten it right a lot of times, That's gonna be, well, let's actually look at that. Let me add those in, the 8 to 21 and these are things I've never really looked at before, but, this is like EMA, yeah, this is like, I have to take off my, yeah, that's a lot of work. No, never mind. Um, yeah, right there, the 200 daily average. That could be a big place that we end up next. 40K, wow. Wow, okay. Wow. ES, that's a high number for the ES, man. Man, 46. So all-time highs almost. Wow. I've heard people talk about that, but I'm not really. I mean, we're close to all these turning, the thing is, we're close to all these turning bright, but I just think we're going to reject here. I mean, anything could happen, but man, 40, okay, so if we were to get there, that would be by the summer, you're thinking then. You're thinking similar to 2019, we just keep rallying until the summer, I guess. It's possible, but with everything going on, I don't know, but yeah. Man, 4,600 for the SPY. That'd be a big rally. Well, 3%, but wow. Yeah, you would probably end up at 40K or something if that does happen. It would be probably somewhat of a repeat of this, right? Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, mains, yeah, it would be something of that nature. That would be wild, man. Oh, that would be momentous. And then what would happen? You think we just repeat this and then start the new? Would it be something of that nature? That would be wild, man. Double, I don't know. That'd be interesting. Wow. So I would think that what I'll say is I think the odds of that happening are much higher if all of these EMAs turn bright. And if all of these EMAs turn bright, what I think I'm going to do is definitely look more to go long after that and definitely start to DCA in as long as this 12-day remains in the red here. So that's what I'm looking at. So I still have a strategy. You know, you have a strategy for anything that could happen. So yeah. It's like a 3 pyramid distribution. Interesting. Is that like a common pattern or whatever, 3 pyramid? Oh, you're talking about, hold on. Well, we drew, yeah, one, so you're talking about these pyramids, like this pyramid, and then this pyramid, and, yeah. What about short term? What do you think in short term, Steven? I think short term more bearish, definitely. I don't see anything really. Only bullish case I see is the VWAP's coming up like on the 10 hour, but other than that, nothing short term looks too good. I mean, ETH had a blood diamond on the hour. Nah, that went away. How's silver? The whole Asia narrative. Elaborate. What about Asia? Like, I mean, there's a lot of stuff about Asia. You know, I mean, what specifically about it? I think ultimately, you know, the thing is, like, you got to realize when the U.S. went into the Great Depression, you know, before they became the, you know, world economy or whatever, mainly, they got hit hard, very hard. So China could get hit hard if we do harder than us if we do go into a depression, but then you won't see their economy, you know, do very well until probably the 40s or whatever, or the 30s, excuse me, another 10 years after the war. But, you know, it's speculative what happens. But yeah, I think emerging markets with Asia, I think really the main decade to get into that is probably going to be the 2030s. That's what I kind of think. I think gold and silver is going to be a big thing this decade. You know, especially once the Dixie kind of tops out in 6 months, I think gold and silver are going to do really well. They're going to be volatile now. You know, I do think gold will probably test like the lower ranges of these EMAs on the weekly, 1800, excuse me. Oh, easing of monetary conditions and money flowing into crypto. Yeah, people have talked about it, you know, that fueling the next rally. I mean, it's still banned in China. I don't know really too much of what to make of that. You know, they have trouble with their economy too, so I don't think that would fuel a rally up to 30 or 40K. Could be wrong. Maybe it will, but yeah. I mean, how does it work in China? Like, are people still illegally buying crypto? Like, do you guys know, or is it like really, like China's banned it a ton of times? Like, is it, and they may re-legalize it too. That'd be interesting. Towards the end of the year, they legalize it again. But yeah, ultimately for now, you know, I'm kind of feeling like I'm kind of leaning more bearish until those things happen that I talked about. Money flow coming up in the monthly here, right there. This is, I mean, I think worst case scenario, this bleeds with the S&P 500 kind of and just stays sideways. I think this is going to be outperform the S&P 500 for some coming years. This will be like the first time ever that this kind of pattern didn't work. I mean, this was even going back to the Great Depression right here. Yeah, this was Great Depression. I mean, it was kind of in 35, yeah, I mean, in that dump in 29 or whatever, yeah, it outperformed it a lot. I think it did probably come down a little bit, maybe too. I don't know. But yeah, I think you got a good shot of at least outperforming the S&P 500 for the next few years. Nobody really gets rich with gold, but yeah. Oh, you're in the video. Thanks so much, man. I appreciate that. VIP Discord. Yeah, let's take a look at that. Let's see. Is this it? Yeah, this has got to be it. Can I make this bigger? Let's see. So, oh, okay. So you're talking about how when these four, I guess, or these three convert, yeah, came up, and then I don't know what the green one is. These three came up a little bit. Could it be like that though, man? Like here, like back in August, and they came down. Good catch. I'd have to look at that a little bit more, but yeah. Thanks for contributing. Really appreciate you. We're up slightly with the Dow. New criminal charges for him. Nvidia is up. Okay, let's take a look at Nvidia. Saw the news, anybody? Yeah. It's going to be a turning point, I think. I mean, it's going to be, you know, either we could continue this or we're just going to get a fierce kind of rejection. I mean, the thing, too, that fueled a lot of this rally is a hell of a lot of people thought we were going down farther back here. But then money flow keeps coming out. This 6-day doesn't look good by any means there. I'm not trying to catch any tops here, but, yeah. In the top of that wedge. Matic short term. Let's see. So Matic, not good right there. Matic's one of the ones like DCF was talking about. You know, very highly talked about. Bearish div going to confirm in 8 hours. That could be a good short in the 2-day, I think. So yeah, I think it's gonna come down. Yeah, this looks pretty. Let me write some stuff down here. A second, I gotta write down short in the hours. I think Cardano and Matic are the two good shorts right now. Write those down. So yeah, Cardano and Matic are the two ones that look really good for swing shorts in 8 hours once the 2-day confirms, because this is just such a big sign. I mean, sure, you may get stopped out if we do repeat 2019 and go higher. That's ultimately always in the cards. Or if we do something of this nature right here, come up a little bit higher. I kind of don't think it's going to happen, but who knows? Oh, okay. For VPNs they're buying, you see. Okay, so China's not really going after people too much, you know, if they got the balls to do it through VPNs. Southeast Asia, okay. Wow, okay. I think what China's going to do is we're going to do regulations in mid to late this year. More likely late this year. It takes a while. And China's probably going to re-legalize it, like legalize it again and do regulations towards the end of the year, following us, I think. And that's going to probably mark the bottom or fuel the bottom. That's what I think. The regulations could cause a big drop down in the short term, and especially stable coins and stuff like that. That's why I'm kind of staying out of stable coins right now, or completely staying out of stable coins. I think they're just, the opportunity is better to just take the 3 or 4 or 5%. You know what I mean? That's my main thing. And yeah, could be wrong. I mean, I don't, you know, we don't, there's strong arguments. You know, there's strong arguments on both sides. I just think, based on what I'm seeing on the charts, based on historical stuff, and based on, you know, I mean, I would flip more, I'm going to flip more bullish on everything once this weekly gets all of these EMAs in the bright, and it don't look like that's going to happen based on this weekly right here on the S&P 500. It does not look like that's going to happen by any means. So that's what I think. And let me just check something right here. I'm going to be on Paul Barron in studio at 1 p.m. I think today. So yeah. Just want to see what altcoins we're going to be. Maybe I'll give you guys a little sneak peek of what altcoins we're going to be talking about. Okay, we don't have them ready yet. Matic potential long, okay. So, short limit, yeah. I am Matic too, I forgot to, sorry, I was checking something on my phone. Matic Bitcoin, I mean, there's a lot of Matic fans that don't like this, but I mean, look, just common sense would tell you it's probably going to start to come down against Bitcoin. And if it can't outperform Bitcoin, then what the hell is the point, guys? You know, just store it in Bitcoin and get into it later, you know what I mean? You know, it's probably going to bleed against Bitcoin for the next 6 months at least and come back to this area. You know, let's draw a fib or something, you know, right there, you know, probably here, get back into it there. I mean, alts tend to bleed against Bitcoin, 50% against Bitcoin easily, I think. Could be wrong, but yeah. Same with BNB. Monthly red dot against Bitcoin, you know, and it's not going to trend up against Bitcoin forever. Money flow coming out there, you know. And even if this is like 2019, we look at Bitcoin dominance. It's been a Bitcoin dominant, you know, led rally. And if you even look at this excluding stable coins, you know, I think there's potential. I mean, look at this. I mean, I think there's a lot of potential that you're probably going to see a trend reversal here. I don't think you're going to come up to these areas, but you're probably going to come up somewhere between 50 and 60% there. That's where you get into altcoins. That's the big place to get into altcoins. So yeah. Let's look at if anything is happening. Coming up a little bit. So you do have the 15. I don't even, is this a bullish div? No. So yeah. Regardless, my trade ranges 4%. Yeah. Let's look at Gala. Gala's a video game one, I believe, right? Yeah, okay. And if we look at the 2 days, probably this pattern, yeah, blue triangle, blue triangle, blue triangle, and then came up a little bit more. That's the thing too. Like I was telling people, you know, look to get out here, and then we come up another 20%. And everyone's like, you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong. Like, dude, it was already up freaking, it was up 200%. Like, okay, I'm not going to find the exact top, but I got it pretty close, and now we're headed down, probably. I mean, probably going to bleed more. This doesn't look good by any means. How about VRA? Because that one went hyperbolic all of a sudden. Yeah. There. Yeah, I was trying to get, you know, another 90%, I know. Very volatile though. Very risky. I'm sure it's 200%. So, yeah. Money flow coming out there. Thematic potentially. Hey guys, by the way, if you're interested in the promo for BITGET, you could get up to 150K, like a prize pool. If you you need to trade with, have $200 in your account, trade with 30K volume, and if you deposit $100, you get $20 only with my link. I negotiated that promo for you, so check it out. Also, MEXC and BITGET have good promos as well. MEXC has the good promo too. Let me check. Let's see what the kids are saying on Twitter. What's up? Good morning, Jason. Let's talk to. Let's reply to Jason. Morning, Jason. If you're having a blessed morning. Blessed. See, we gotta be polite on Twitter, guys. We gotta be polite on Twitter. Shout out to Jason Casper. Oh, look at that. It's a rooster. Man, those roosters when I was in Mexico, those things crow all day. Let's see. More Celsius stuff. Does anyone know like the latest on that? Like when do you think we're gonna get the 2 cents on the dollar back? Buy the dip fast. Huh. 24,300. It's not even. It's not that much higher than where we are right now. Medium 1 bedroom, yeah. Wow. Still more expensive than Miami. Okay. So testing 24, and right here 24.1. So yeah, I think there's a decent shot that post, you know, 24.3 is where we could end up. You know, just keep consolidating, but ultimately, based these RSIs coming down now, 4 hour, the 6 hour, a lot of these looking like they'll roll over. I think we're gonna, yeah, I know. Oh yeah, let's look at the big boys. I forgot to look at. I want to look at Alphabet. I haven't looked at Google in a little bit. If this doesn't tell you this rally is probably over, I don't know what will. I mean, this is kind of. Let's just see here. Let's just see. You know. Ooh. If you repeat that, you are. That's April. April, March. Oof. I mean, I don't see Bitcoin going to no 40K if this plays out. Oof, that is rough, man. That's, yeah. NASDAQ. Is NASDAQ down? But NASDAQ's up, right? Today? up, it's basically sideways, but yeah. Oof. Yeah, I don't think this monthly green dot's going to give you what you need. You're going to have to wait for at least one more here. We're probably going to come for the first time ever into the grays here. And, you know, you may not see that bottom until this area, 50 to 60, I think. Yeah, 60. I mean, you could even come lower, guys. I mean, I don't know if you're going to come that low, but still. I mean, this general pattern right here seems like it's going to repeat. You know, I think it'll, yeah, something of this nature. 73 next. Draw a fib. Probably a fib right around there. Yep, right around 72. So yeah, right around there. A little bit lower. About $1 lower. $2 lower. So yeah. So that's Google. Let's look at Apple. Apple, that's the same thing I've been predicting here. Same trajectory downward, split our size. Weekly about to get that red dot. 5-day probably, about to, all these time frames about to get it. And yeah, I think you're probably going to come down. Let's see. I know you don't trade patterns, but OP broke a 4-hour triangle once it says what. Yeah, DCF. I mean, I think, let's look at that again, actually. Shout out to DCF. Just want to look at that quickly before we get back into the. So you're thinking if we gets to 144, okay. Yeah, you're thinking I'd probably wait for the weekly. I don't know if I like I just don't see enough bearish stuff, but obviously you're trading a little bit more on like just sell the news, you know what I mean? Yeah, maybe the hourly bearish div. Yeah. You do you, man. I mean, it is hitting this area, which is big. Maybe it could come up a little bit higher. Yeah, because the whole market goes down, but I just don't, you know what I mean? Well, you do have if you want to trade based on this bearish div here, put a stop loss above there or stop loss above 350, that's probably going to be, yeah, if you wanted to do something like this, where we at 290 right now. Let's see there. Yeah. Something of this nature, yeah. Maybe wait to take profits there. I mean, you could be really greedy. I don't know if you think we're going to go that low, but yeah. Let's see. This week is key. We're at an intersection. ES4K is the key, yeah. Around 25, 200. Yeah, 25. I mean, I think if we pump up more, it's going to be kind of a liquidation pump to like the high 25s because there's a lot of liquidations right at a key right here, high 25s. So yeah. Let's see. Yeah, that's what I think. DCF. I mean, use good risk management, not financial advice. Anything can happen, as always. Yeah, I think too. Yeah. I don't think these monthly, green dots are going to give you, what you need here. I think it's going to be down farther. I think the blood diamond's going to play out more here. And then Tesla, let's take a look at. Yeah, that's my feeling. I'm sorry, Tesla's just so volatile, man. But, yeah. NASDAQ, Dow Jones, okay. Tesla, okay. So I'd say though Google looks the worst out of anything, definitely. That would be probably a good short. Let's look at the NASDAQ on the 1 hour. And let's look at the Dixie on the 1 hour. I haven't looked at the Dixie yet. No, I think you would get some more yellow X's and come down farther here. Yeah. And then it's probably the Dixie's probably the opposite, right? On the hourly. Dixie I'm pretty bullish on. And I'll probably continue to be bullish on that for, ooh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, coming up with the VWAP. I think you'll probably just follow this pattern, probably up to here. I mean, into the next 10 days, 106. Yeah. Money flow crossover. This looks good. I mean, these money flow crossovers and your RSIs, they were split back here, but now they're coming together. So that kind of, yeah, I mean, the odds are pretty high. You keep going. They're split here, but it's not, I don't think you'll get a pullback until it gets like really high here. That's what I kind of think. This doesn't look too good at 3-day money flow coming out, but you could come up higher. The split RSIs coming up kind of are going to overtake the VWAP coming down, I think. So yeah, that's what I think here. And now we're coming down a bit more. Surprisingly, the market, I think it's going to turn red, but we'll see. Pizza problems, Ukraine war. It's a 1-year anniversary for that. I think I was in Mexico when it started last time, yeah. It's like a meta. This is, yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Bearish, Splitter says. In terms of like good shorts right now, I think Meta is a pretty good short. I mean, I don't think it's going to get higher in this area. I'd maybe put a stop loss like above 210 to be safe. Meta, I think, is a good short. Let me write that down. Google's a good short. Good swing short. Probably Alphabet above all. You know, just take the blood element. And, oh, we didn't look at Amazon. Amazon's probably a good short. Let's see here. Yeah, that general pattern. That's gonna, yeah, red dot. You're probably gonna repeat something like that. When am I planning on taking profit? Could be a while, man. Like people have been asking me that. So, you know, I check the markets obviously every day for the swing trades. I think at least, you know, ultimately I want to try to run this down to like 20K, but I'll see what happens before then. You know, and I mean, in terms of a timeline, I would hopefully want to keep this open until like mid to late March generally. This could be something you keep open for a few months, but yeah. Short-term Bitcoin analysis, sure. So the short-term right now is, you know, so we have the 15-minute money flow crossover, and that could be a repeat of something of this nature, or something of, well, that one was a bull signal. It's not always going to work out, but, you know, I mean, 3 to 5% downward, I think, in the next... it'd be right here, and that would be next day or two, 3 to 5% downward. And 30 coming over. I mean, even these would give you the short term is more bearish. Red dot that confirms in 2 hours. If we look at real low time frames, nothing really coming up with money flow yet. Nothing looking too promising. I'm gonna study more like the you know, see the stuff. The open analysis, you know, where you look at longs and shorts, opening and closing, that type of stuff. I'm going to look more into Jason Casper, the big procrastinating on that. That's the next thing I need to learn. Always trying to learn new stuff, guys. And yeah. What's my view of the price action this weekend, Saturday and Sunday? So Saturday and Sunday, I mean, typically are kind of more sideways. It typically goes in the general direction. I mean, let's see, that's in a few days. I think I mean, this is tough, but obviously I think you'll break down to here into tomorrow, into Saturday, Sunday, and then be sideways a little bit, then maybe break down more into next week, maybe. The main thing, I mean, I think we're ultimately just going to, you know, keep coming down here. I want to look at that's the one thing I didn't look at was the Dow weekly red dot. Ooh, is this okay. I think that is a bearish div. Hold on. Yeah, that would be just about, let's see, is that a high? Yeah, weekly bearish div money. Ooh, I think it could, yeah, this could bring us down a bit more, guys. This could be because the last time we had a bearish div was right around here. Ooh, let's see something. Ooh, 26, yeah. That's a while though. That's a long time. I think this is probably going to hold up better than way better than the NASDAQ, and definitely probably better than the S&P 500. I'm curious how low you came down in 01 with this guy. Let's see, because 01 wasn't too bad. I think it could be more like that. Only 37. Ooh. that's my main prediction for this right now. Yeah, 30 or it's okay. So what? Now from the top, that's all it was. That's wow. I mean, I think it's gonna be a little worse than that, but maybe a hold up. Well, I don't. Yeah. Fixed value ranges. Yeah, fixed value. Yeah, I gotta look into that fixed value ranges. We do look at fibs a lot. Tesla losing 200 right now. So yeah. Yeah, I appreciate you, Con. Appreciate you. Waiting for this to play out more. And this guy entered a little while ago, so yeah. Hopefully could hold these in for a while. This swings. And, right now, with red dots coming up on Bitcoin and ETH on these higher time frames, I'm not looking to go long. But, the thing too is like we looked at the daily pattern here. This one obviously gave you what you needed. This one gave you what you needed. I talked about this. I posted on Twitter the potential for this to jump up all the way to the 200 weekly moving average. And nobody gave me credit for it. But yeah, I didn't long it, but I mean, still. And now I'm talking about it coming back down, so yeah. So, okay, yeah, that's a good, what's that one called? Neo is the Chinese. That's the one where, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe this is the one where they do the thing where you drive up and you don't have to charge the battery. The machine just puts a new battery in your car and then charges it, and then, you know what I mean? So I do think that once this comes down to probably this area towards middle to later this year, $2-3, one or two more yellow X's in the weekly here, that's going to be probably a good long-term buy. Oof. We could just kind of get a good estimate. I was looking at an Uber driver I had. Really nice guy was telling me about this, and I think that it could be sooner, but I think that you're gonna. That's low, yeah, $2. You can come down to this area. It's probably gonna take longer than March or April unless we get a really freaking hard landing. I think that like middle to late this year, good buy for this. Early next year to that big period, and just want to see something here in terms of. Not enough data. Maybe, I don't think it'll probably be the next green dot that gives you what you need here. Yeah, just not enough data, but I think this could be a good potential one. So yeah, you guys always appreciate the likes. And check out the BITGET link, really good promo going on. MEXC, really good promo. BITGET, it's the best promo right now. Deposit 100 and get 20, and then you get entered into a 150K USDC prize pool if you have a trading volume of over 30K, which is not too hard to do. So yeah, check that out for experienced traders only. So yeah, short term, yeah, money flow generally coming out here. That's what I kind of think. Or bearish. Let's look at oil. My main thing I've been saying for a long time is I think this is done, and I think it will continue to be done. EMA is coming out. This could be a good short right now, and I think ultimately you'll probably end up back to 50 or something in middle to late this year. I think it'll come down as inflation comes down as we enter the recession. I think they're going to have to admit we're in a recession by May the latest. It'll be somewhere between I think March and May that they're going to admit we're in a recession, and then I think you'll probably won't see a bottom until at least summer, I think. And I think Fed will kind of pivot in the summer, and then you'll kind of keep coming down towards the end of the year. Latest we'll see a bottom, I think, is early 2024. So yeah, I mean, what it looks like right now, I think, is generally something of kind of this nature, down to 12, 13. Pick your poison towards the end of the year. Maybe, if we map it out like this too, map it out like this, move this guy over, that trajectory. That's August. So yeah, really, it could be a little bit. You know, if you go from the top there to the bottom there, that's factoring in pandemic. But ooh, that'd be a double bottom. Probably a double bottom around November. That'd be interesting. So, what I'm kind of thinking there. Do I ever trade Sol? Yeah, I'm actually short on Sol right now. Let's take a look. That'll probably be the last one I'll look at. I gotta get off in a minute. Yeah, okay. Pumping up a little bit there. Getting up to this point, big area right there. Money flow coming out, yeah, pretty textbook. I think that 3 hour coming into the red, a good short. Maybe I'll add to the short there, something of that nature. And that 2 probably wouldn't be a bearish div, but yeah, you got a bearish div that's like from 8 hours on the on the daily, and yeah, Solana I think is gonna come lower, guys. Maybe down to $3 or something. But yeah, $3 to $5 towards the end of the year, I think. So yeah, that's my main view on Solano. And I think ultimately, like looking at, because obviously I talk about this a lot. If it can't outperform Bitcoin, what the hell is the point? Get to, if you look at it's kind of looks like a normal Solana chart, but I'd say down to here maybe into the summer or something. It could be longer. I mean, if you look at, I know, who was it? Ben Cowan was drawing all these things, and yeah, done pretty well so far. And if you look at where this could end up, yeah, you come back to these lows, that's the summer. I think this side could keep bleeding until the summer. Why isn't Bitcoin dropping? It is dropping. Well, it's not, it's just sideways right now, but it's generally down. I think it will continue to come down here. So yeah. Yeah. Let's see what's going on here. Yeah, that crypto savvy. I mean, I like some of his analysis. He talks too much crap to everybody. I don't know. Let's see. Bitcoin is going to last 225 seconds. 24 hours. What I'm seeing. Okay, it's still. Oh, okay, and that being the 23 high for the whole year. That's. Yeah, it's too much crap talking here. I don't know. I guess people get in their head too much, I guess, with the negative comments and stuff. We don't have crystal balls. We don't, anything that's said about a speculative asset, it could be wrong. I mean, I don't know. I don't think we're gonna blast through 25.2K in the next, what is it now, 12 hours or, yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen, but it absolutely could. Anything could happen. And this would be, I mean, he knows the risk here because he's gonna look real good if, if he's right. So yeah, this is just kind of yeah. The main thing too with the crap talk, no matter who it is, other YouTubers, people just ignore it. You can't engage. It's never gonna, no one's ever gonna if everyone's just personally attacking you, not saying the arguments why they think you're wrong, it's not gonna. They're just trying to bully you. They're just trying to make you feel bad. So yeah, that's the main thing there. And the thing too is a lot of the things people criticize. I heard this from Ty Lopez. I actually think I don't know who it was. It could have been Ty Lopez. But the main things that people criticize one another for a lot of times is stuff they're guilty of. It's stuff they're guilty of a lot of times. So that's why you shouldn't really criticize people. That's why you really shouldn't criticize people. I would say. Just ignore. Silence is the best thing. 4 hour coming out right there. EMA is getting, gray right there. Let's see how long I've been on for. Yeah, an hour and 14. I gotta get off in a minute. Let's see. Keep MS, but where's? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, yeah. Yeah, they just want to. But it's, the more people like to see drama, it probably helps your following. Like the more crap talking and stuff. I mean, and it's in sports too, football, NFL, NBA. They said Michael Jordan was one of the best crap talker, I think. It's all psychology. It's all psychologists getting under the person's skin so they can have focus. That's what it is a lot of times. So yeah, but anyway, and I think it's a little bit more of like in this is I think like from. Because you got to look like a lot of, let's say you're like a YouTuber was mainly bearish in this area, such as me, and you're criticizing me because I was more bearish down here, maybe based on this blood diamond I saw. I was pretty bearish on that, and I thought we could make lower lows here. And, you're mad at me because it pumped up and maybe you didn't buy because of me, even though I don't give financial advice. None of it was financial advice, but, you're mad at me because of that and you didn't buy, and they're like, oh, counter trade, counter, you know what I mean? All of this type of stuff. And, I don't have a crystal ball. I'm not going to be right 100% of the time. But, And then, it's kind of because that was the big capitulation, then anger phase, because, if I just did what I thought I did, but, you know what I mean? In the anger phase, then here's where you get to depression phases, which what I kind of think would happen. Somewhere between 15 to 9, I think. Here to 9 is my main guess. Maybe a little bit of a lower low. But yeah. And I think Crypto Savvy's been on his channel too. So I don't know. We'll see. It's going to be interesting for 24 hours. We'll see what happens. I side with Ben on this, but I don't think you needed to. What? How did that come up? Did I just delete my tweet by accident? I don't think you needed to use that word. You know what I mean? I'd say that it's a more likely possibility that and define confident. I think it's I think it's the most a high probability. I think it's more than 50%. You know what I mean? Like I think I'd give it right now like 60, 70% that we make a lower low or at least retest this. If all of these EMAs turn bright here, I would only give it like a 30 or 20% chance. I would say most likely this was the bottom. That's what I'm going on right now. If you guys are curious what my thought process is right now. So yeah, and it looks like we've done absolutely nothing during this whole live stream. So yeah, guys, hope you have a good one. I'm gonna get off. Last thing, check out the pinned comment for BITGET. That's the best promo going on right now. Deposit $100, get 20 back. Also, if you have 30K trading volume, you could be entered into a really big USDC prize pool, 150K. So check that out. Really good exchange. BITGET, check it out. And I mean, not financial advice, but here's my trade. Trading is risky. This is for experienced traders only. Here's my swing right now. You can see everything right there. Here is the one on BitGet. It's a little bit different. Obviously riskier based on liquidation points and all that. But yeah, guys, have a good one. Goodbye. Thank you so much.